It's off.
It's off?
Yeah.
Do you see the microphone on the StreamYard thing? I think you need to switch the settings so it identifies your microphone as like a device. It's probably on, but if you have it plugged into your computer.
Yeah.
So click on the microphone. Do you see what I'm saying?
MacBook Air microphone.
Yeah, that's what you're currently on.
Hello?
Yep.
Does that work?
Did you switch it to the microphone?
I did default microphone.
Is that not my MacBook?
I have two. I mean, I'm plugged in, right? So
I would think that's it.
oh my God, dude. Hold on a second.
I think that's it. Hold on, guys.
Wait, we're recording, right? Fuck.
Yes. I knew it.
Well, you ruined the surprise. You take 10 minutes to let me into this thing every time. I don't even know if this is like the microphone that I've used. Like, how do I know that?
Go to hold on a sec, guys.
Okay, I think we're back. Hello, everybody. I have a microphone now. Isn't that awesome? I fixed it. Now we're chilling. Yeah, the microphone's in, Marcus. What do you think?
I think it sounds great. We both sound great now.
I no longer look like a buffoon out here. I got the light as well. I no longer sound like a buffoon. That's the biggest thing. This
now
light though, it is wicked bright. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Is it raining down where you are?
Yeah.
I was gonna say because that doesn't help a natural.
Kind of like that. All right. Hello, everyone. After further review, episode 5. Yeah, it looks like episode 5. Look at that. Sorry we missed the weekend. I was busy on Sunday doing things. I could not record with my friend Marcus, but I could today on this beautiful Monday. Happy Father's Day, belated Father's Day to everybody. Marcus, obviously an emotional day for you. Just how did that feel? Is it tough or is it a good time?
I mean, it's always tough, but I just get glad knowing that there's a lot of like hearing a lot of people talk about, their dads and how they bring up, Bruins fans. That's definitely like a huge bond that is just unbreakable. So I always love hearing that kind of stuff.
Yeah, definitely. I meant to say that to you yesterday, but I forgot to be honest. I was just I was rolling around doing a bunch of stuff. I should have done it.
Who won the US Open, by the way? Or
Wyndham Clark at 5 under.
Do I know that guy? Should I know him?
I mean, he's just another golfer. He's one of 8, like 1,000 that do it. I look high right now. I'm just noticing that. I'm not high, but my eyes look red. I don't know why that keeps doing that.
Did you get adequate sleep?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think it's just you're adjusting to the light.
Yeah, it could be. It's also wicked. I was wicked hot downstairs, so maybe that was what it is. I'm kind of like sweating a little bit.
Yeah, this weather's it's fluctuating a bit for me on my end. Like I'm getting a little tired of all this rain that we're getting at the moment.
I'm not because I'm like, well, it says it's gonna rain like every day of this week, which is gonna get a little old, but
I roll.
I think I'm just happy that the pollen's getting washed away. Yeah,
the stuffiness is tough to deal with when you're in the transition mode, as you talked about with the spring thing. The tornado warning too was
awesome.
Insane.
It was cool. I mean, it was about as pointless as ever, but it was cool, I guess. It was like it rained a little bit, so let's call it a tornado out here.
Yeah, I was coming.
I know it was more
Boston.
for we're north, right? So I know it was more for the southern part of the state. So like, it wasn't really for us. So I apologize if anybody out there in the south did get affected by it, but up here it was just like it rained hard for a couple minutes and then it stopped.
That's exactly what happened. I was gonna say when I got home from Boston from the sidewalk sale, I had a bunch of stuff outside that needed to like be taken inside, and I literally just like the second I got home, I parked, I just ran out, and I was just like, oh my God, it was torrentially downpouring, and then it stopped 5 minutes later. I was like, oh, okay, that was for nothing.
I would love to see a tornado. Am I alone on that? Like, don't you want to like see one in the distance?
No. No.
Why not? What do you mean? That'd be sick.
Look, as a kid, I always liked
Granted,
tracking.
I'll say this. Granted, it doesn't like no one gets harmed by it, but like you wouldn't just think seeing one in the distance would be kind of cool.
I guess it's on the bucket list of like sites to see, but I would like I just the experience of be like think about it this way. The experience of being in the middle of like a farm and you just see a cloud of spinning like air that you know could just absolutely rid your house of everything. I would love
Yes, Marcus, I get that. I'm not wishing that on anyone that
the alarm too.
they get an EF5 tornado tear through their house. I'm just saying, like, I don't know. It might be cool to see one. Like you're driving by like on a highway and it's like, I don't know, it's 30 miles west of you and you can like see it. Like that'd be kind of cool, I feel like.
It'd be a cool sight. I just feel like when you're in that vicinity, like the scariness of hearing like the alarm, because those alarms are legit. Like
Yeah, well,
I
I've never heard one. So, I mean, I've heard like videos of it, but are those actually real? Like, is that how they sound? I thought that just kind of like movie made up stuff.
no, they have alarms out there. I want to say
But
they do.
is it like like, is it actually that? Or is it just like, hey, there's a tornado coming, like shelter?
No, it's a real. It's not like when we get on the TV. It's like ah, ah. It's like a real like alarm that everyone can hear for miles, and it's just like, oh, a tornado's coming. Like, get to cover. Like that's what it's saying.
Yeah.
So it's not the TVs.
They were talking about national disasters, and I was just like, I would like to see a tornado. Like people say, like, do you want to live through a hurricane? Like, I don't think so. I don't know if I'd go that far.
No.
A volcano would be cool. I've always thought that seeing a volcano erupt. I mean, come on, dude. A volcano is fine because there's no one is ever going to get harmed, like affected by it. Usually.
Okay, but ever since I heard about Pompeii, and yeah, no one would get affected by it because we'd be warned in time, but still, like the damage is like
Yes, Marcus, but that happened in the 1600s, and they didn't know that the volcano was going to erupt then. Actually, that 1600s is probably isn't even close.
Go back.
Probably like 900 BC, honestly.
Go way
When
back.
is it?
Yeah.
Jamie, pull that up. When was Pompeii? I'm looking this up.
I want to say 79 AD. My guess is 79 AD.
Oh my god. You just knew that? Crap.
On the dot?
Yeah, 79 AD.
History. I love history. I can't believe I
do
got
like
that
history
actually.
too.
I'm big history on that. But yeah, no, tornadoes out. I'm out on tornadoes or any natural disaster for that matter.
Well, yes. Okay, let me just say this one more time for the people out there. I do not wish a natural disaster harm on any person living. I would just like to see one day. I think that would be kind of cool.
It would be like a very cool sight.
Even if it's like an EF1, like, you know what I'm saying? Like EF5 is obviously like a little different thing. Like EF1s are fine.
I'd prefer like I'm cool with my thunder and lightning, like seeing lightning, like whoa, like in a flash.
I actually find that scarier because usually I can't like. Usually it's like a big just cloud in the sky, which I find kind of terrifying.
Yeah, but it's cool when it just like lights up and it's like whoa, like
yeah, I mean, yeah, that'd be really cool too. But like, I don't know. I would like to see the wind like actually spinning. I think that'd be interesting.
Yeah, the most I've gotten is if I'm outside and like a little pile of leaves just like spins in a tiny. You ever see those? Or am I just crazy?
Is that what? Yeah, I guess that is like what that is, just on a very small scale. I never even like thought about that.
It's just the tiniest. Like I don't know if you've ever been playing street hockey and you'll just see like a little bit of leaves just like kind of spin in a circle. And you're like,
Yeah,
how
they
is that?
spin for like a second and then they die again.
Yeah, and then they just fall down and it's like whatever. That's the
I
closest.
never even like thought about that. That's interesting.
That's how it works. I think at least. I don't know though.
All right. Natural disasters. We had a tornado warning in Massachusetts. That was fun. If you were affected by it, I'm sorry. Be safe. Go in the future. I don't even know. What do you even say to people who get affected by it? Like, I'm sorry for your loss. Like, how does that? Like, what do you say to them?
I would just say, damn, I'm sorry, that sucks. Like how
Yeah, I wouldn't say that sucks though. It's like,
well it does. If your house got destroyed, that stinks. Like,
no, I'm saying like saying that sucks to something is like you don't care about it. Like, oh, it sucks.
no, I think here, this is how I always go about it. I usually like obviously it does suck, but I just feel like, I can only imagine like how that is,
I can't believe that people in like Oklahoma just have to like live with that for like part. You know what I'm saying? For like 6 months out of the year, there's tornadoes just out there. What?
Yeah, I'm glad we live in a spot where we do, where kind of like the mountains, like ever since I heard that the Appalachian Mountains are like the sole reason why we don't get, like, we're kind of protected from Tornado Valley or whatever it is. It's been a long time
Well, yeah,
since
it's
it.
the cold. It's the warm air from the Gulf, right? And it's the cold air from the Rockies meet in the middle. That's why it's called Tornado Alley.
Yeah. So
And they start spinning. I think I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's like the science behind it.
you're bringing up like elementary school United States geography that I forgot about, or science too,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. I miss.
All right,
those
Marcus.
lessons.
What we got on the pod today, huh? What do you want to
Well,
start with?
we had a natural disaster of our own in the Atlantic Division, so this is a great
What a great
transition.
segue. Look at you.
Yeah, great segue. I was really hoping we would record yesterday, but it kind of seems like everything sort of died down since then. Knock on wood, fingers crossed. But this is the state of the NHL
I
we're
would
in right
say
now.
it's still fresh. I mean, that it's the biggest trade that's happened so far.
No, yeah, like that's kind of what I'm saying. Like we're kind of like we've had time to like take it in, think about it. Brady Tkachuk is a Florida Panther,
Sure
and
is.
I knew that, or I had a little feeling in the back of my head that he was not going to be an Ottawa Setter for long. I just really didn't think he would actually just ship off to Florida.
I actually did it. Like I didn't. I thought he was just gonna stay in Ottawa
Really.
because I didn't like. I thought the thing. I thought it was like the whole thing of like he doesn't like it there was getting overblown, and it was kind of a narrative from like the fans. It felt like more than the team itself, right? Like
I wasn't following it along too much, but what I will say is, and I already mentioned it in the video I posted, but I think I want to talk about like how this affects the Bruins. Like I think both of us kind of can get into that. It's just you're seeing all that is happening within the Atlantic. I mean, ever since the Toronto pick fell to number one and they got it, it just feels like the Bruins have not exactly had, the cards fall their way. They've not really had luck at the poker
no,
table.
it's been a pretty shitty offseason for the Bruins so far. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, it's just been kind of like lackluster downturn, and you don't. This just makes you feel even worse. And the reason that's the case is because you're seeing the Bruins make this turnaround, this 1 year turnaround. You're saying, okay, they're getting back into a competitive window. But look at the rest of the division. Okay. Montreal just made the Eastern Conference final. Buffalo is back in the playoffs. They're surging. They're re-upping guys. I
We'll
know you
see.
don't like to
We'll
say
see what
this.
happens. We'll see what happens next year.
Okay. But what I'm saying is Montreal and Buffalo back in the playoffs. Tampa Bay remains in the playoffs. Deals their top defenseman who they didn't want to pay, who they're gonna rumored
And
allocate.
let's just say this, by the way, Florida's making the playoffs again. They're getting all their guys back. They're healthy. That's another team that's going to be in the playoffs.
Right.
Continue.
So Panthers are rebooting. Toronto is rebooting. Montreal and Buffalo already made the playoffs. Larkin, whatever Detroit gets out of Dylan Larkin, we don't know what that is yet, but the Senators get 4 first-round picks. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is like the division is consistently active, even during the offseason. Consistent moves, consistent betterment overall in like recouping assets. So the Senators, right? They might take those picks and they could add somebody.
Yep.
So you look at all this movement that's happening within the division, and some of the things we're going to talk about today, obviously, are the things that the Bruins are doing, but there's not much that the Bruins are doing, or it sounds like there's not a lot that the Bruins are doing in comparison to the rumblings and the news that has come out between the rest of the Atlantic Division.
I mean, the question needs to be asked: can they even do anything? I mean, are they? I think one of the biggest problems is they're not good enough to make a move.
That's kind of what we've been talking about too, right? Is like, do you get uncomfortable and make a move? Do you, take the assets that you don't think you're going to move forward with and send them somewhere else
But it's
and
not
bring
even
in
like
a
a
guy?
move forward with thing. It's like you have to decide like if this is the team you want to like keep trying this out with.
And that's the biggest difficult question because I feel like at least while the rest of the division is just, I just feel like they're pulling the trigger and just saying,
Like
all
you
right,
might be, yeah. Sorry, you might be the sixth best team in the division today.
exactly. That I at least would probably say that Detroit and Ottawa, oh my God, I don't even know.
Well, I'm trying to
See,
think in my head right now, actually.
Detroit and Ottawa are the only teams I can think of that are likely with you or below you.
See,
But
I
that's
think
how
Bruins. I think the Montreal and the Bruins are like even scale in terms of like talent. And then I would say, in terms of talent right now, Buffalo, Florida, Tampa
is above you.
is your top three. Yeah.
But even then, like just thinking about it, if there are teams that you would consider below the Bruins, they still have moves that have yet to be made. And this is the case for the Bruins as well. But my point is the fact that you haven't seen the Bruins do as much or at least
Anything?
anything in comparison to the rest of the league, or not the rest of the league, the rest of the division, you're looking at them and saying, okay, Pasternak said, I'm turning 30. Like it time's not exactly running out, but let's get a move on here. Zadorov emphasized and doubled down on that. And then Cam Neely is saying, in these articles and everything, he's also saying, if we see an opportunity that presents itself, we want to take advantage of it. Where are you tapping in? Where are you looking?
Yeah.
What are you inquiring about? Because our topics, what we have here, obviously are developments, but they're internal. It's nothing about, oh, here's a report about the Bruins are trying to trade for this guy, or the Bruins are, and I understand this is a process. It's a process to build back up to a Stanley Cup window, especially after you're picking top 10 in 2025. But your players have called out that they want to make the team better. The management feels the exact same way. If you're not going to make moves, to make this current core better, stop finding. I'm going to go on a bit of a rant here. Stop
Please
trying to find people who can fill in to your bottom six roles or whatever it is, and start inserting prospects in and giving them chances. I didn't say that in my TikTok. Start doing that.
I don't know if they have the stomach for it though. Like I think they pride themselves on making the playoffs every year, and this team is good enough to do that. So
yeah, it's obviously good enough to compete and make the playoffs. We saw how competitive the Bruins were throughout the entirety of the season. They were in nearly every single game, and even if they weren't, majority of the time they were out of it, they would bounce back, which is great. But the team can't do that for 82 games. You and I have already talked about this before, but we haven't had it on camera. The team can do that, and that's great. They can play that gritty playoff style, never back down hockey. But if you do that through 82 games, you're gonna wear yourselves down before the playoffs. You need that extra skill.
You also don't have enough talent to do it in the playoffs against the best teams, right? That's the thing.
Exactly.
You can do it against a freaking bum every other night on like a random Thursday, but when you have to play, a team that's probably better than you because you're a wild card team, right? 4x7 every series, like it doesn't work as well.
So exactly. And if you're not going to address the skill from somewhere else and try and bring it in externally, start looking internally and giving your young guys opportunity. We already saw that with Husadinov and Minton. I'll give the Bruins credit there. But the fact that it kind of took this long a bit, it's starting to catch up to them a little.
Are they different? I mean, Minton probably, but like, is Husadinov a difference maker yet? I don't know.
He's not a difference maker, but he's a young guy that you gave a chance.
They need Hagen to do like unforeseen stuff this year. If like this is like, what I'm saying? Like if this is what we're doing, to be honest, because if he can play at like a ridiculous level, they might be all right. But I don't know. I mean, I think that's asking a lot of the kid right now. So yeah, I don't think they're good enough in the forward. We've been talking about it. I mean, how many times have we said that? I feel we've been talking about it since 2019. They're not good enough up front, and it's every year it's the same thing, and it feels like it's gotten worse last year.
Well, yeah. And that's the thing, though. It's like even in those years where it was like 2019 to let's say like 2023, like let's call it the latter years of the Bergeron window. Also, shout out Bergeron, Hall of Famer,
We'll discuss.
number
Yeah,
retirement.
we'll discuss them later.
Yeah, we'll get into that later. But let's call it the latter years of the Bergeron window. I can't think of outside of Mason Lohrei, I can't think of a prospect that was truly developed and is like a regular lineup player that you drafted and kind of, brought all the way up. And now,
Swayman.
and yes, Swayman too. Good call out there.
But again, it doesn't. He's a goalie. It's different. It's not the same. He doesn't get the same development that skaters get, right? Like it's just like
So
he's not. He's seeing pucks in the corner while the guys are doing the cone drills. Like you know what I'm saying? Like
yeah. But that's kind of the point I'm trying to make. And it's not exactly fun for us when, all we hear about is get to this competitive window. We see all these different players around the league. You see Brady Tkachuk drop the big news. Yeah, I'm going to go play with my brother. The captain of the team of the Ottawa Senators goes, I'm going to go play with my brother. I'm not trying to like cause any panic here, but just seeing all these kinds of rumblings and these movements with players, how long before David Pastrnak becomes that guy and says, you know what, I need to do what's best for me. I want to go lift a Stanley Cup, or at least try to.
I think honestly, how long before McAvoy does it? I think he's about like he might do. I mean, he likes it here, and he said that, so I can only take his word for it. But like you said it, man. There's only so many times, and like, listen, I hate to bring this up too. They're clearly all friends with one another on the USA Olympic team, so they're all talking to like each other off to the side.
We were right. We were right. They can podcast now in the same room.
And the people who are asking the USA, I've seen this on Twitter. I just want to make this announcement. The people who are asking the NHL to subpoena the USA Olympic team, it's ridiculous.
What, the group chat?
People want to know. Yeah, people want to like. You guys understand that players can't get in trouble for tampering? Like,
so all in all, I just think that, with what you and I are about to discuss within this episode, it's not as intriguing as what the rest of the division, because in this playoff format, we complain all the time that we want 1 through 8. We want 1 through 8, but regardless, we're in the Atlantic Division, right? The playoff format is you have to get through your division to make the conference final. They haven't done so since 2019. They haven't been able to, break the threshold of the Atlantic Division. They have not been able to get through that. And even then, who's to say you're going to break through the Atlantic Division in the regular season with how much movement and how much additions each team is making?
is there a team I'm forgetting in the Atlantic?
I don't think we are.
Mathematically, right? You could say the Senator, like the Florida Panthers, take the Senators' place in the playoff picture.
Sure, but
right?
You never know, though.
I'm just saying, as of now, though, like because you'd have to look at the Metropolitan too. But I'm just thinking of playoff teams next year.
They still need a goalie, though.
Five teams made the playoffs from the Atlantic last year, right? It was because Ottawa was the second wild card.
Yeah, and Boston was the first. So,
right, if we think Senators are going to take a step back, maybe at least for this year, Florida, I just think, because I think Florida's getting all their guys back, because people just thought like Florida stunk for some reason. They forgot, I feel like people forgot that they were missing like half their roster to start the year.
Injuries.
So they're getting all their guys back. Now you add Brady Tkachuk, which, again, listen, regardless of what you think of him as a player, I think he's a little overrated, Marcus. I've talked to you about that before. He's still a top 6 guy who can put the puck in the net sometime. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's not like he's a bum, obviously. So, like, the Panthers are getting better. Sabres, we'll see. I mean, I always think you get a 2-year examination. I mean, any idiot can make the playoffs 1 year. Can you do it again? So Buffalo's, on the Patty Casey test for that.
On the chopping block.
Let's just say Buffalo's good, right? Or Montreal seems like they're here. They're here to play now. And Tampa's been Tampa since I've been born. So like you might be the fifth team still, but I feels like we were kind of saying, to get to my point, this is a long way of saying this. It feels like the rest of the Atlantic is getting better and you're just staying the same or maybe even getting worse.
Exactly. And just thinking about it from like Tampa's going to be Tampa. I had somebody in my comments talk about it would probably be right for the Bruins to be patient. How many times are we going to say that while Tampa, for example, lets their captain go ruthlessly, lets Steven Stamkos go, and then they just grab Jake Gensel and say, all right, that's our new guy. How long are we going to be patient when Ottawa trades their captain to another Atlantic Division team and says, yep, this is our guy? How long before we're waiting for Toronto to make another move? I just heard from Friedman that Bobrovsky could go to Toronto. How long are the Bruins going to wait and stand pat?
I think Bobrovsky's kind of done, but that's my personal opinion.
You get what I'm saying, though.
I do. Yes, you're making the point. Yeah.
The patience is wearing thin if you're the Boston Bruins. So that's my final stance on the state of the Atlantic. It's always going to be competitive.
We also have to touch on, we also have to touch on this too, because Patrick Casey got it right again. And like, again, I think it's a real issue now. I think it's becoming a real issue. These guys have the same 4 teams on the trade lists. They all do.
You're hoping. So what you're hoping,
it's 2 of the Florida teams is always just going to be one of them or 2 of them. So you just got to hope the Boston is one of the random 4 that these teams like.
Yeah, I've been told to not rule out Dylan Larkin in a sense that like if his trade
he might open it up more.
He might open up to Boston.
He would have to, dude. Like, if I saw this tweet, I forget who it is, but I'm gonna steal his take. I really wish I could credit it, but there was somebody who said out there, these teams got to start playing hard ball with these players. Like, you want to leave, too bad.
Stay.
Yeah.
Well, Larkin, based on what just happened with Florida, Larkin can't go to Florida.
I mean, they have $7 million in cap space though, because they're getting rid of Bobrovsky.
They need a goalie.
They're not done. The Florida Panthers are not done.
Yeah, but they need a goalie.
No, they don't.
They need a goalie.
Look at freaking Carolina.
They need a goalie of some sort. You can't.
Yeah, of some sort. Yeah, you get a guy with pads and play the net.
If they actually went and got Dylan Larkin, I'd shut off my computer.
I think people would lose. I don't think that, because the Red Wings really going to trade into the division now that Ottawa just did it. Like, I can't think.
You've already seen 2. I put on my dream acquisitions, I said Leon Draisaitl, and it'll continue to be.
Oh yeah, Radish. Radish too. I forgot about that.
Yeah. So people are gonna say, is Draisaitl really gonna go to Boston? Look what just happened yesterday. The United States could win the World Cup. The grass could be blue and the sky could be green. For Christ's sakes, people.
You just pissed off a lot of people with that take, Marcus.
What, the United States winning the World Cup?
You can win the World Cup.
Anything can happen in this world. Brady Tkachuk is now on Florida. So, I mean, it's a great way to start the episode. But I just don't know, man. Anything is possible in this league now. Anything is possible.
Yeah, but I bet you, like, it's getting a little ridiculous, though. I have to think at some point they're going to, like, this is going to lock. Again, I don't want to use the word lockout, like they're not going to play games in the NHL, but there's going to be some sort of negotiation, I got to think, at some sort of, like, owners' meetings of, like, we can't, like, they have to come to a thing on the contract where you get more money somehow, but you don't get the no movement clause. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're going to have to, because I understand it's all, like, player negotiated stuff, like how no movement clauses work. And I don't know, like, the weeds of it, but they're going to have to figure out a way, because again, these players cannot, like, you guys all want to go play in Florida? Well, yeah, sure. Let's just allow you guys to do that. You guys can all go have fun in Florida. And then we'll all the 31 other teams will just suck. How about that?
Yeah, it's starting to feel like some people said NBA, some people have said like the Dodgers. Like it just feels like everyone's just going to one team and whatnot.
Like no, like
I
you know what? Let's get them all. Like, McDavid, let's go bring him to Florida too. Let's just see it. Let's just make everybody come to Florida.
oh God.
It doesn't
Um
no, like let's not even American players. Let's get some Swedish and players on the Florida team. Let's get Matthews. I'm sure he wants out of Toronto. He's got to want out of Toronto, even though they're getting Gavin McKenna. You know, you give Gavin McKenna the C. You know, new the new torch, the passing of the torch in Toronto. Get Matthews to Florida. Let's just have all these guys play together.
oh my God. Yeah, it really is a frenzy right now. And yeah, I didn't expect it to just kind of ramp up this fast with all the free agents that are kind of that are not there. Like it's a dry free agent market. We've
Oh, and by
already
the way,
talked
I'm not blaming Brady Tkachuk either. I mean, I would want to go play in Florida too. They're the best team on earth.
who doesn't?
Yeah,
Who
seriously.
doesn't?
They're gonna win a cup again, probably. Like, you know what I'm saying?
So yeah, it's I still think they need a goalie, but yeah, in terms of the free agent market, do you want to kind of get into the what we were going to talk about with the Bruins internally?
Remind
I
me.
I have on the list the two only Bruins UFAs.
Oh, yeah. Sorry,
If you have any last thoughts regarding the NHL and the state of the Atlantic.
I do not know.
Okay.
Continue.
Well, so free agency is dry, but there's two guys the Bruins have to make decisions on. And according to David Pagnotta, and I've seen other reports too, the only sort of news on the Bruins front, well, there's two things we're going to discuss, but one of them regards the fact that the Bruins are in discussions for contract negotiations with Viktor Arvidsson and Andrew Peeke. So those are the only two UFAs that we know of, or yeah, just in general
Wow.
that they are
Talk about moving the needle.
talk
Huh?
about.
Jesus.
So talk about moving the needle. So here I have the contract projections of both players. Arvidsson, these are from AFP Analytics. Arvidsson, it's projected he would get 2 years at 4.9 million, which would be like 10 million for
Somebody's
him.
gonna
You're big.
pay Andrew Peeke $4 million to play hockey for them.
So that's kind of what I wanted to discuss. These are your two free agents. Your two UFAs. And we discussed already a lot about, moving the needle. You even mentioned it. Is it do you want to resign Arvidsson? Do you want to resign Peak? Is it worth bringing them back for sort of like what does that look like for you, Pat?
I mean, Arvidsson, they're kind of both just like, but like, you know what I'm saying? In terms of like just what it is. But I mean, I could be talked into Arvidsson. 2 years might be 2 years at four. I don't know if it's horrible. I mean, after a 22 goal season, what was it again? Whatever it
He,
was.
he had, I want to say he had a 50-point season. 25
Well,
goals.
yeah, 25. Okay, 25. Yeah,
25 goals.
good season. I mean, kind of a like a not a what's it called? The word like a makeshift, not a makeshift, but
Bounce back, I'd call it.
kind of a reboot season for him.
Yeah.
So good for him. I mean, good pro. Seemed like he was good in the locker room. Seemed like the guys like him. So I can be talked into that. Peak, like he's fine if you're gonna get $4 million for 4 years from someone else. See you later. You know, like I don't need that. And then they're gonna. I understand they're thin at D already, but like I don't know. You know what I'm saying? If you're like you might if you can like get him for the right deal, I think he'd be fine as your third pair guy, but you can't overspend for him because now, as we talked about, they kind of have needs everywhere. So you're going to have to get creative with your cap and try to fill as many holes as possible with the money you can save.
So my biggest thing was thinking about the Andrew Peak thing is what kind of role he would fill on the current team. And on right defense, you have Charlie McAvoy, and then your next highest paid guy, I want to say, is Yoki Haru, unless you put Lohrei into that category because he played right side under Marco Sturm. But I just don't see. I feel like there's other options to consider on the right hand defense market. But if you're not,
Forgetting about Yoki Haru, and I think that's the problem. I keep forgetting he exists. Like you know what I'm saying? I just think
yeah,
that's kind of the issue.
so they handed Yoki Haru $3 million, and he was sitting up in the press box. I want to say I think Ty Anderson kind of did the math on it. it's like $10 million they had sitting up in the press box for Buffalo in Game 6. So like it's just interesting how that kind of stuff works when you think about the way the money's allocated. If they gave Andrew Peeke that contract, I would not be happy. I would honestly be I'd be a little sour about that because I think there's better options at right defense. I don't think that I just think you could find a better option and apply more money to fill that second right hand defensive spot behind Charlie McAvoy, which
Yeah.
is where hypothetically Andrew Peake's just gonna like fill in.
But
So
maybe I mean, I don't, yeah. I mean, how good is I mean, we've talked about it. The free agent class is nothing to be inspired by. So maybe that's the problem, right? It's maybe Andrew Peeke might be better than the AHL guy that they have in mind to replace him with. So, but you're gonna have to sign him to money, right? And like, I don't know if you can do that, which
and term.
which might make you worse next year, right? But like, you might have to do that. And this is what we were kind of talking about. Like, they might need to get worse next year. This might be, it might be coming to that. I hate this so much, but they just keep dishing out money to people who stink. And I don't know why they keep doing this, but like that Tanner Jeannot contract in 3 years is going to suck.
I don't think it's gonna. I'd rebut by saying I don't think it's gonna like stink as bad. It's just it's kind of interesting how you're paying your fourth line, above $1 million at all.
Never mind Lindholm, who just is the worst.
That's all. That's all. That is a lot of money that you're just not going to get rid of. That's just there. So when we talk about the allocation of money, I could also be convinced on Viktor Arvidsson in bringing him back. I've seen some things on social media where people say, "Oh no, he's just going to capitalize on his market and get a lot more money."
If he was going to do that, like, buy all for it. I just think the Bruins are in a position right now they can't afford to be dishing out money to these, depth pieces because that's all they have on the roster right now. They need to fire the cannon on something.
And we've been saying that since the start of the episode, but when you look at the options, like Arvidsson is 33, but he also fills a need for you in your middle six, and he was also one of I think 7 guys who are up for renegotiation or up for a new contract that scored 20 plus goals. So
yeah, but what's the likelihood he has that season again? I mean,
the likelihood that he does have that same season again is I don't want to say it's lower, but when you get older, do you slow down? Do you like? There's just so many question marks.
You're not as, I guess, like, I don't want to use the word focused, but you're not as driven to succeed, right? Because you got your contract, right? It was a quote unquote contract year for him last year, right?
Yeah.
So maybe that drove him a little bit more.
Yeah, it was proven.
Yeah,
he hasn't been in a like since his Nashville days. Arvidsson has not been in a same spot for a pretty long time in his career. Like he's going between Edmonton, Los Angeles.
yeah, and again, he was fine. Like your third line winger in Edmonton, like he was fine, but he's just more of these like guys. The Bruins just full of third line guys in Pasternak, like, you know what I'm saying? And I guess Geeky too. He's pretty good, but like that's the problem.
So it goes back to what we're kind of talking about with the rest of the Atlantic making these seismic moves, and you're not really shaking the ground enough if you're the Bruins, which is just these are the options that we have to consider. And considering the impact that Arvidsson had, I mean, Andrew Peeke kind of turned into Torrey Krug at times with his scoring, but that's like the one positive takeaway I take from him. But is he going to get? He would score at times, and it would be like, what is going on? But
yeah,
aside
everybody,
from that,
everybody would score at times.
Yes.
You do score sometimes.
that's another problem too. And we could talk about that based on the offense. Is that the offense was way too streaky? That's a whole nother conversation though. But I don't know. I'm not thrilled entirely with the money that would be allocated towards those two guys. That's $10 million basically. Towards
And again, like
Andrew Peeke
I
and
don't.
Viktor Arvidsson.
If they get that money somewhere else, then great. Good for them. Congrats. Like, it's just I don't know if I would do that if I was the general manager of the Bruins, but I'm not. I'm sitting in my room right now talking about him.
Yeah. So, but ultimately for me, and I think you would agree with this, I just wouldn't be thrilled with that amount of money because they have like 15 mil. If they
Yeah.
gave 10 of that to those two, I just don't know that it moves the needle for me enough.
Yeah.
But
I mean, your quick fix, if you will, is you try to find a diamond in the rough in the free agent class, right? Jason Robertson is the name I keep hearing. I think that should be a no-brainer trade or sign target. If you disagree.
no, that would be the perfect first line left wing for David Pastrnak, and I think we can talk about all this because anything is possible in this NHL world.
Well, I just keep hearing like Tuck is probably not leaving Buffalo, right? And Tuck's also 31 or whatever the hell it is. Robertson seems like the only guy who's young-ish and has top 6 talent.
He's in his prime, basically.
Yeah, and so you do that, you sign him, and then you draft a defenseman at 25 or whatever it is that they're drafting, and then hopefully he can play and he's ready to go. 23. Hopefully he's ready to go by development camp, or not development camp because that's like tomorrow, but by training camp, and they put him on the roster, and then he's Schaefer. I forget what's Schaefer's first name.
Matthew?
Yeah.
I was like, is there another Schaefer?
He's Matthew Schaefer, and then you're golden, and then you're winning the Atlantic again. But until then, I don't know.
It feels simple, but it also, you might get outbid by a team in your division like Ottawa, because Ottawa just
don't get outbid. Like I can't have that mentality. I don't dish him $15 million, obviously, but like don't be outbid.
Yeah. So you look at the surplus of picks they just got for Brady Tkachuk. They could just take all those picks and just flip it to Dallas.
Yeah. Can I ask you a question now?
Go ahead.
Speaking of that, are the Panthers seem like they're just trading picks that they don't have? How is this happening?
I want to say they've dealt every single draft pick from 2022 to like 2029.
Well, no, but didn't they trade the pick that's ours?
Did they? I haven't like looked into that all too much.
They traded 29. We are owed 28, aren't we?
So here's where I was gonna sort of transition into our next thing. If you have nothing else on Arvidsson or Peeke,
I got nothing. No.
Okay.
God, no.
So Mackie Samoskevich, right? The Panthers had the 9th overall pick. Samoskevich, young middle 6 forward for them. The Panthers take Samoskevich and they go to Seattle. We'll take the 25th pick. So the 9th, the 25th, a 2029 first, and I want to say a 2nd round pick for the Panthers. I don't know. I don't remember which year. Those are the 4 picks that just went to Ottawa. That's the 4 picks. That's what you're thinking of. They took 9 and 25.
All right.
So
and then they're giving us one next year.
They're giving us one in 2028.
Oh God, that Marchand trade looks worse and worse by the day, doesn't it? Oh my God.
Yeah, it kind of guts you when you see it like just off vast in the distance. But it goes to the next point I kind of wanted to discuss, and we can circle back on it because it was one of our first discussions. I always talked about Pavel Zacha in the sense that if you're gonna make a decision on him, you either trade him at maximum value or you give him the extension, right? We've already talked about it before, but this is the kind of decisions that you have. That's the wrong graphic. There you go. Yeah, this is the decision you have to make on Pavel Zacha, extend or not. And I've already shown you the hypothetical extension, right? 5 years, you get 36 million. Do we think it's going to be that? I don't know, but the Bruins are receiving calls on Pavel Zacha, and it's not like they're listening and trying to actively trade him. But I want to ask, what is the right package that would come along? Because the Bruins, according to Pierre LeBrun, it's an extension priority for them to get Pavel Zacha on the books and keep him in the future. But for you, given the fact that the Panthers were able to get the 25th pick for Samoskevich, I wondered in that moment, I was like, what pick could Pavel Zacha command? What package could he get if Sam Miskevich gets you 25?
Yeah. Yeah, I bet it's not high, to be honest. I hate to be that guy, but I bet I don't know, because I don't know. I think there's like people look at Zacha around the league of like he's not really a playoff player, unfortunately. Like,
That's the
so
way you're looking at it.
yeah, I think teams look at that and they're like, he had a great year for them. Yeah, but he kind of disappears once April starts. And then, am I giving up a first round pick for that? I don't know if I am.
So,
but I could be completely inaccurate. And that, Pat, you could be a freaking moron and they trade him tomorrow for, pick 7. I have no idea. But like, yeah, I don't know. That would be my thought. Is like he doesn't show up in the playoffs. I mean, what is it now? Is it like
I haven't looked.
Hold on.
But if you think about it, though, I'll say this real quick. Think about that from the Bruins side of things. If you're discussing a future with Pavel Zacha and you're trying to get into the playoffs, he gets you those 50, 60 points. He brings you the penalty killing. He brings you the power play. He brings you the faceoffs. But when it comes playoff time, go ahead.
He has 14 goals, or he has 14 points in 30 playoff games. 2 of them are goals.
So he's not exactly netting it in the playoffs.
No. And is he assist guy? Sure, I guess. He's below half, right? That's below half a game. So I don't know. You wonder, could you get something for him? I like him a lot, but now I feel like the market's heating up where it's like, if you want to trade someone not named, Pastrnak, McAvoy, Geeky, or Minton, like he might be the only other guy.
And that's the worst. That's kind of like the worst case scenario because he's been such a mainstay for you in your top 6, and he's been a guy that is versatile and can play anywhere. And I think that's someone, at least in the Bruins' benefit, that they can keep and value, and utilize in any sort of top 6 situation. Now, the thing is, though, the caveat with that is sort of the playoff aspect of it. And if he doesn't step up and sort of perform in the latter years of the season, that might look like a dent to you a bit. That might look like is this worth it? You have to kind of look at it and say, because management has already mentioned Fraser Minton and James Higgins as sort of those long-term solutions of a number 1 center. So you have to think about it this way. I kind of worded it this way for the Dylan Larkin situation. I'll say it again. So while you're waiting for one of those guys to develop, and we don't know how long that could be, you're at least paying 14 to 15 north of that million to Zacha and Lindholm to be your top 2 guys.
Yeah. That's a good point.
So is that really worth doing? I totally value Zacha for the all-around player he is. But think about, I would like to think about just seeing what these moves that these other teams are doing, just Florida gets an extra draft pick and then it's like, oh, we're just going to go get Matthew's brother with those 2 picks and then whatever else. I mean, think about the
What do you think of the trade? So I meant to ask you this.
The Tkachuk trade? I mean, Florida's in a win now mode, and the way I think about it now is, were they really going to utilize that 9th overall pick? They could have, and just had one prospect in the pool.
I think they overpaid for him, but I get why they did it.
I think the Senators got like adequate value for it. It's just the package doesn't make sense considering Ottawa's contending, but Florida was never going to give up like Lundell or anybody like that.
Yeah. But
so,
you know what? These Senators, again, these teams need to start like, why not demand Lundell in a trade package? You have the leverage.
But how good of a package are you going to get? Or are you going to get offered like that again? Like, how much of a draft pick surplus are you going to get?
Well,
like
exactly. So I'm just saying, like in general, like with these like players, they need to have like what they're doing with Jaylen Brown right now. It sounds like Jaylen Brown. We can pivot for a second. Jaylen Brown is going to be a Celtic, it sounds like, for 24 more hours.
Ouch. It's my favorite player.
Giannis is coming to Boston, it sounds like, which is fine, I guess. I don't know. But that's what the Bucks did. They're like, you want Giannis? We want Brown. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, these teams got to start doing that.
I think it's more of, you don't want to deal, I guess, for an organization, like looking at it, if Brady Tkachuk comes into the office and he says, I'm not resigning here, you don't want to deal with the fact that your captain is not going to want to.
Yeah, but he still has 2 years on his deal, though. You trade him, but you trade him next year if that's really what happens.
Yeah, but that's a whole year of the whole team knowing that he doesn't want to be there. That just is not a good thing to have in your locker room.
Not my life. You're the idiot that demanded the trade.
But I'm saying, if I was the GM of Ottawa, I'd be like, yeah, we don't need this guy here any longer. And that, I think 3 first-round picks, especially for Ottawa, they have 3 first-round picks this year that they can, use to pick.
I just don't even know if Tkachuk's that good for that. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like the Panthers kind of overpaid in that aspect. But again, I understand that they did it. One, because he's a really good, he's a good piece for them. He's exactly how they want to play. Of course, I mean, you get his brother involved and all that stuff. And 2, like you said, there's a win now mode. So they needed, they missed last year. They got to kind of capitalize on Barkov's time here and all that jazz. Marchand. But yeah, 2 first-round picks, man, and a second is kind of ridiculous. Oh, Jesus, for a guy who doesn't even get to 75 points on a season. I mean, come on.
Yeah. So as I was thinking about it, pivoting back to it, you also have to think about, if you're the Bruins, if you extend him, and it's you also have to think of the fact that he still has one more deal. If you extend him, does he? It's too much to even consider this hypothetical. What if he regresses? What if he goes off and you have to pay him more? That's a whole these are all options that you have to consider, but they are your, I'd say, most reliable options from a front office standpoint moving forward to think about now, because you don't know what that could look like a year later, and you don't want to lose him for nothing either.
Is Zacha a free agent, or does he have one more year on his deal?
He would be an unrestricted free agent by this time next year. And based on the only 2 free agents that,
not this time next year, it's June 22nd, idiot.
He would be coming up. Don't do that to me. And based on the lack of what we're talking about internally, this is definitely the Bruins' biggest decision to consider.
Yeah, probably. I mean, because if they stink right this year, trade deadline, you're gonna have to make some moves there. Yeah, I mean, they're in a weird spot, man. I wouldn't want to be Don Sweeney today. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, it's a tough one to it's a tough pickle to handle, but I'd have to hear more about it, because you asked me oh, how do I see all these sort of reports? When you read enough and you see every other team kind of just constantly have rumblings, constantly have developments.
I asked you that because you have it 15 days before everyone else has it, and it's dude.
It's when I read, I want to see something developing in the Bruins sense, get an idea of it. I don't have much of an idea compared to compared to an example of, oh, here's 5 possibilities for the range. I don't see it.
I just but is ESPN delayed? Because I saw the trade last night from Emily Kaplan on the ESPN notification, because I was watching a movie, so I wasn't reading Twitter or anything. And I look in the group chat that we have, and you said it 2 hours ago. I'm like, dude, what? It just broke, I thought.
2 things. If you're relying on ESPN for immediate hockey coverage, find another outlet. Second off, what movie?
All right, dude, but they are ESPN. They're a professional sports outlet, dude.
Yeah, and they're not exactly the most prominent hockey coverage. I'd do Bleacher Report if I were you. They update.
Right, yeah, sorry. Is Freeman just tweeting away all day? Is that what Freeman does?
Sorry, I should Friedman's right away. So that's I encourage you to go for a Canadian outlet. They it's religion up there. You know that.
I don't want it.
What movie were you watching though?
The Longest Yard with Adam Sandler.
Oh, that's such a good movie.
Yeah,
I
no, it's
love that
good.
movie.
Yeah.
That is great classic. Oh my gosh.
Oh, it's good. It's so good. It might be one of my. It's up there with Happy Gilmore, my favorite movie.
Adam Sandler movies or just movies?
I mean, Adam Sandler, but Happy Gilmore might be my favorite movie in the world. So
Yeah, it is.
one. I've said that, but the first one.
The first one is good. Yeah, an Adam Sandler movie I always watch. Just a quick little thing before we transition. I'd say like my favorite Adam Sandler. I always wait till the summer to watch this movie, but the Grown Up series, like 1 and 2. I
They're
don't.
making a third, apparently,
They're really
or it's in like in development. It's in discussion, whatever that means.
wow. But I consider like those movies like my summer. Like
See, I never
the
thought. I
summer
mean,
stuff.
Grown Ups. It's a good like vibe movie. I don't think Grown Ups one's that funny.
I haven't watched it in a bit, considering I still have to get around to it this summer.
Either that
but-
or it did not age well. Like it might have been funny when I was like 10, but if you watch it today, it's like a good like because yeah, it's the summer and like the weather's nice and all that, and it takes place in like a New England lake area, like all that stuff. But like you know what I'm saying? I don't know. It just isn't really funny to me anymore. Like, 2 still makes me laugh a little bit, but
Two is good. I think both are good. I think both hold up, at least for my like when you say the vibes. I think the vibe is definitely like what I go for when I watch a movie nowadays. Like, so if it has a good vibe, like I'm definitely like rocking.
yeah.
with
But if you're
sitting
watching a
down.
comedy movie, you want to laugh. Like,
Yes.
ideally. So Happy Gilmore makes me laugh from start to finish, usually. I don't know why. I've seen it 10 million times, but it's still funny to me.
That's your home. Don't you want to go to your home?
I think it's because it's like it's one of those movies where like every line is a joke, Like every line that he says, he's like making a joke about something, which is like that's hard to do in a comedy.
What's his big friend's name? The guy who used to work for where he's like, I believe that's Mr. Gilmore's.
Mr. Larson. Yeah.
Yes,
like,
with the nail in the
things
head.
like that. Like my favorite is when he smashes the bottle and then Virginia comes over and goes, "What are you guys doing?" He's like, "Oh, I'm just looking for the other half of this bottle." And he's like, "There's some of it right there."
Yes. It's so
The other
funny.
half of this bottle is so funny to me. I don't know why.
Yeah, no, it is a great movie. I love the banter between like the grandparents or the elderly people in that like nursing home,
Yeah,
and then
Ben
like the
Stiller
dude-
is great.
Ben Stiller's great.
As Hal L. Just sent down his name tag.
So it's yeah, no, it's definitely a cult classic for sure.
And
But-
is it a hockey movie?
I would because there's hockey in it.
It's not
a
a
hockey
hockey movie. It's a golf movie. I mean, come on.
It's a hockey / golf movie. But there's fighting on the golf course. Remember? Now you've had enough. And then you just like uppercuts.
Yeah, Bob Barker. I mean, I'm so
hate that
like
Bob Barker.
with the amount of influence that movie's had, and maybe it's the golf like world and the golf purists won't allow it. I can't believe there hasn't been like a real life Happy Gilmore yet. Like, surely somebody's had to like do it.
Somebody's had to like drop the mitts on the.
No, but just be like an idiot on the course, like because that's what we all do. That like we're not because like if you're not the professional, you're an idiot out there. Like that's what's fun about it. You know what I'm saying?
They're definitely. I think it
Like,
is.
like people say DeChambeau, but like the guy hasn't made a cut all year, so like I don't know if he's really gonna be it anymore.
There is. I read a story that it is based on like one of Sandler's old friends. I'd have to like pull it up. It's in my memory, but it's vague.
Like,
but it is based on someone true.
I get it. Like they'll never allow it, but like wearing the jersey, like on the tee box, like that'd be kind of sick if someone did that.
That was my favorite part of like everything is that he did not dress like a golfer.
Thanks for dressing up. It's just like if I wore clothes like that, I have to kick my own ass.
Speaking of Happy Gilmore, I want to pivot, and we can talk more about movies and Adam Sandler at the end. But
Wow, you're really good at this transition stuff because I know exactly what you're about to say right now. Go ahead.
Happy Gilmore announced the last Bruins
It
pick.
sure did. That's pretty good, man. Good for you. That's really
Well, that's
nice.
you. That's lob. You lobbed it up for me.
Yeah, but I would have never landed that plane without your help. So there you go. Congratulations.
Well, I need my co-pilot for it, you know me. But yeah, the last time the Bruins made a first round selection, James Hagens got called up by the one and only Adam Sandler, Happy Gilmore, and he was pointing completely away from where Hagens was walking up, but it's pre-recorded, so what are you gonna do about it? But yeah, we were gonna have this talk. We were gonna have a very special guest come in, but that fell through. So maybe we'll have them after, and then we can evaluate the draft after the fact. That would be fun. But yeah, Pat, as I understand it,
Time to have some fun. It's time to have some fun, fellas. Let's do it.
you have a list that's compiled. First, I want to kind of go over what the Bruins have in terms of draft capital for this. In the upcoming days, the draft is Friday. The first round is Friday at 7 p.m. It's in Buffalo. I believe ESPN is broadcasting it.
Yeah.
But this is wow. Okay. This is what the Bruins have for their draft capital. They recently made a trade where they dealt away former 2021 seventh round pick Andre Gasso to the San Jose Sharks, and the Sharks actually got back or gave us 2 draft picks in return. This Montreal pick, the 5th round pick that I'm looking at, that came from when they acquired Carey Price, I want to say, or at least it was part of like a Carey Price deal when they took on his contract. And then the 104th overall pick, I'm vague on, but the Bruins moved up in the draft. They moved up. They got more picks. This is 8 draft picks, and they have 3 in the 4th round, 1 in the 3rd round, a 2nd, and of course their first no Leafs pick. But yeah, draft is coming up, and we've been looking at
7 p.m. Eastern. So if you want to watch McKenna go to the Leafs, it's probably got to be at like 7:10, and then you can go F around, and then you can come back around 9 when the Bruins draft.
Oh God, I forgot. They take forever with those picks, and we're gonna have to wait so long.
Yeah, it was great last year. They picked like 7th, and it was like, all right, I can go home now. I'm done.
Done. Yeah, Dean Letourneau took a while at 25, so we might have a little bit, but yeah, Pat, I understand you.
By the way, we're gonna do a live event or anything for that.
We should. I think we should consider it at least.
Sucks for Friday, dude.
Why? Oh, you want to go out?
Precisely.
Precisely. Pat wants to go out, but yeah, if that's something people would entertain, let us know. But if that's something Pat would entertain, let us know.
Entertain it if we made it happen. I would be here for it. Okay.
But if we hypothetically wanted to go out and just watch it and react to that way,
yeah, we could do that. That's the other thing we could do. But we just kind of live pretty far away from each other, so
I can drive. I don't care. It's we could do a little send off.
Fair enough.
We could do a little send off and hope that the Bruins actually take a prospect that we would ideally want. But Pat, you have 10.
I have my top 10 names. This cannot guarantee that this player is going to be any good. But I have my top 10 names of likability that I like that would look good on a jersey. And I've ranked them. The first, I went to there's 100 million names, by the way, that Marcus gave me. He sent me a list, the draft guide. I was not reading all that. There's like 15 pages of names with 30 people on it. So I'm like, all right, this might take a while if I read all this stuff. I want to 5 pages of the draft, and I took the names.
I want to quickly shout out the Elite Prospects people who do the draft guide. It is
okay. I was gonna shout them out. I just didn't know who it was. Is it Elite Prospects?
Yes, it is a very in-depth draft guide. I literally subscribe to it just so I can have them.
No, it is good for your draft analysis. Go to their website. They have everything, where the guy's from, where he's projected. I think they have where they're projected to go. Position, all that, height, weight. Everything you need in a prospect, everything you need to know, they've got it. So please go over there. We do not want to steal them. We use their website for this exercise that we're about to do.
All right.
Well, Marcus, are you ready? How do you want to do this? Because this is our first kind of game that we're trying out.
I mean, I was gonna demonstrate some of the draft rankings and get the ball rolling on a discussion of would you rather. And I asked this to the people, but considering the Bruins need in the prospect pool at defense, I'm gonna demonstrate this right here. Wow, just do that to me. But the 2026 NHL Draft rankings, a lot of what you're seeing from these guys is on the left is forwards. I should have probably specified it. On the left is forwards. On the right is defense. And what you notice about the numbering, these rankings are based on the draft guide. The defense after the top 15, it just drops and like it drops like a tier. But if you're the forwards, it's kind of more even in the sense that the Bruins could still get, and there's some good names on here that to think about, like if they were available for the Bruins, do you take them? Do you not? Like, do you stick with going with a forward? Because they haven't picked a defenseman in the top 50 since I think 2017 when they took Vakanainen. So, like that's something to consider. But I guess before we get into the list, I did want to ask you, Pat, considering the way the draft is ranked, considering the need the Bruins have on defense, is it preferable for you to, based on the top heaviness of the draft with defense, would you rather take a forward that would be projected to go at 23, or would you hope a defenseman falls for you? Like, what's the ideal look for
maybe
you?
you asked me this the other day, but like maybe anything really. I mean, the best player available, right? I could be talked into. Like if it depends on what they need. They're still lacking in center. Probably they probably need center. Like it's like QBs, man, right? You need to take one every year, honestly. They're still kind of lacking at center, so if you can get one there, great. I just think they need to try to get an A tier player at 23 on defense because I just didn't think they have enough of them. I'm still in that mindset of you got to adjust the D somehow, and I don't know if you can really do it in free agency because Radish just went to the Leafs, right?
Yeah,
and he was probably the best defensive target this offseason in terms of the class. So like, I don't know what you're going to do there. So you're going to have to probably do it in the draft, and you can't do it in the draft because you're picking 23rd. So you're going to have to figure out a way to do that.
Next best bet is getting Rasmus Anderson, but
yeah. And he kind of played himself out of a lot of money probably in that final.
Well, I mean, I think that's a whole nother debate, but we'll see where he goes and how we can discuss that. Real quick, though, I do want to say, real quick, look at all those college hockey teams, those commitments, those teams already like there. I love college hockey and how much it has grown.
You're gonna hate my list then,
because it's no college hockey guys, are there?
There's one college hockey guy.
There's one college hockey guy out of 10.
Actual,
okay, wow.
There's two, but there's one in. I'll tell you, it'll make sense. There's one in my list, but I technically have two.
Okay, so Pat, let's get
all right. Going with so this is just my favorite names of prospects because I hate talking about the draft so much. Because there's 100 million names and they're all the same thing, to be honest with you. Like, seriously. So I went through the first 5 pages of the Elite Prospects draft guide and I picked out my top 10 favorite names that I have ranked in order.
All right.
Let's so I'm going to go from 10 to 1, 1 being my favorite. Right. Okay. But before we do that, I have a couple of honorable mentions because I needed to throw them on the list, but I didn't want to put them in the top 10 because it was kind of corny if I used 3 of these. Spots. The first one is Carter Casey. He's a goaltender from the Medicine Hat Tigers, and you probably can guess why I picked his name.
Do you know him?
No, I don't. I don't know him at all.
No,
sure, he's like a good guy though. Good name to him.
Good name. Maybe we can have him on if the Bruins.
So are you reading the analysis of these people or what are we doing with that?
If for the honorable mentions, we don't have to.
Okay. All right. My second.
But I do like how you went for your own name.
Yeah, no, you're gonna love this one though. Don't even worry about it. My second honorable mention, Casey Mertrin, right wing of the U.S. men's national team for U18.
So people do. I'll do a quick little thing on him. People do like him. I just find it funny how you took both Casey's. Shades of Josh Stone. So when they say shades of, that means this is what this guy's like. And we saw how he was playing for Buffalo. Power playmaker who pushes advantages further, throws his weight around, and makes first touch plays on the forecheck. Middle six potential, skating dependent. He's a B grade prospect. 46 points with the U18.
I bet they take that guy later in the draft.
Well, guess where I want to say he's committed to BC. Hold on, let me.
Oh, of course. Well, now he's definitely going to the Bruins now. Of course he is.
I want to say he's committed to Boston College. Give me a quick sec. If he's committed to BC, he's definitely a Bruin.
Because that's the pipeline, the U18 development team to BC to the Bruins. That's what happens every year.
He's from Mass and he's committed to Boston College.
I mean, he's a Bruin. So I mean, look at that. I don't even have to know the analysis on these guys, and I know they're Bruins. All right.
That we're only on honorable mention 2. Keep going.
On mention 3. This is the last one. Lincoln Kunin, defenseman from Arizona State University. I don't know if I said that correctly. Look, Marcus, why do you think he's an honorable mention?
Lincoln Kunin?
Yeah.
Kunin. Why would he?
Cooney. Probably Cooney. It's probably
Cooney.
Kuehne.
Lincoln. Oh, wow. What a unique name. So why do you like this guy? He's
because my dog, his name's Lincoln. So I thought I had to throw that in there. So that's why I put that in. Lincoln Cooney, defenseman from Arizona State University.
He's a C grade prospect, 132 overall, like ranked. Rangy rush defender with quick feet and physicality, turning puck-moving flashes into gamely occurrences. Could make him a depth defender. Oh, the Bruins would love this guy. They would absolutely love him. You're money.
I'm money right now. You know what I'm saying? All right.
Money at this point.
Get down to business. Again, we need to put this disclaimer, put it in editing, Marcus after. We are not guaranteeing these people can play or that they're even good. It is just what I would like to see on a jersey.
On a Bruins jersey.
Here we go. At number 10, we've got Noah Ta'amu, defenseman for the Edmonton Oil Kings.
Wow. So left shot defenseman, Bruins got a lot of those. C-grade prospect. When aggressive, this mobile, intelligent defender looks unstoppable with his crushing contact and vision. Finding it every night could make him a third pair defender. You are on game right now.
Again, I did not look at any analysis for these people. I just looked at the names and I was like, I love these names.
This is a great name. It's Noata and then the
apostrophe. Exactly. Yes. That's why apostrophe looks sick. It would look sick on a jersey, I think.
Yeah. So he's son of a former professional football offensive lineman. Noah Tamu proved his mettle with the Edmonton Oil Kings his second full year with the organization. Tamu's game is all about disruption and strength. Oh, the Bruins are going to love this guy. He may be one of the WHL's strongest players.
Oh, here we go. Marcus, man. I don't even see. Look at this.
Is he committed anywhere is my question. That's all I'm gonna ask.
He plays for the Edmonton Oil Kings. Is that not the AHL affiliate of the Edmonton
Oilers? Western. So that's the Western Hockey League in the Canadian Hockey League. But he's from Kansas City. No commitment.
Obviously he wouldn't be an AHL player because he's not in the NHL yet. So
great name. So that's number 10.
Number 9, Nicholas Aram Olsen, a left wing / right wing for the Orebro HKU20.
Oh, so this guy is Norwegian. And the Norwegians in the draft, at least in the recent years, have low-key been, making a push recently. Like there are some guys like I want to say, oh my God, the Red Wings have one guy who's pretty good, but a few years back, I want to say the Ducks took like Stian Soyberg and he like scored a sick goal against Jeremy Swayman once. Shades of Yegor Chinikov, speedy and skilled winger with legitimate goal-scoring potential. I know you're shaking your head right now. Through his shooting talent. The boom or bust NHL projection could be improved with a better B game, and he's a B grade prospect. So he played for Orebro HK in the U20 National in Sweden. They got sick jerseys too, by the way. But 64 overall. He's a 2008 baby. So 40 points actually. 40 points actually in the Sweden U20. So hold on real quick. Bolstering a top production track record, the Norwegian winger became a point per game scorer and was further able to build on it in his draft year, being the league's third most productive draft eligible. Okay, they're kind of like going.
Did they give you any weaknesses on these players?
Oh yeah, they do. If you like read enough, it'll say like what. So here, there's no doubt he has boom potential. He's gifted. If he's able to turn his forechecking and two-way flashes into consistent strength, He's got the makings of a top 9 NHL winger. If not, he's going to play in Europe for the rest of his life. That's what it says.
All right. I can't wait for this one, man. Number 8, Pangretitich.
Wait,
For the Sioux Greyhounds.
I'm gonna need a second with this. Harris Pangretisic. I think it's
Pangretitich.
So he's ranked 129 in the draft. Yeah, for Sioux. After working up the depth chart, you and the depth guys. You love the depth guys.
Well, because I wasn't gonna do like McKenna, dude. Like that's boring.
I know. I like no, but yeah, like you're finding some. We might be finding some gems here. So he's a C grade prospect. He became a formidable shutdown defender. We're kind of on a trend here. Flashed an exciting puck game.
I picked a lot of defenders, and by accident. I didn't even realize.
The Bruins need defense, so you're in the market. Let's see. He was one of the OHL's most improved players around that time. Chase Reed, they mentioned, with improved mobility and skill. Pangretisic, I think this is how you say his name.
That's probably right.
Could become a versatile third pair defenseman who stops plays, then adds some value with the puck. A long-term projection. Oh, the Bruins love projects. So, yeah, Pat, you should just be a scout.
I mean, if you're noticing, just off name alone, I just scout the best names in the world. Come play for the Bruins.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, if you're noticing, it's a lot of like Europe and Scandinavian names because they obviously have the best names. We have boring names over here.
Let's continue.
This one was funny, so I just kind of put that in there. Number 7, Brady Tkachuk, right wing for the Saginaw Spirit.
Oh, I see it. Brody Tkachuk. Oh my God, it's like the Minions name, Tkachuk.
I laughed when I read that, so I was like, "Yep, you're going on the list, man."
Ranked 109th overall, chaotic full tilt attacker with highlight reel ideas. And the defensive game to match.
What does that mean? He thinks the game? Like what the
With skill growth, he could fill a bottom 6 role, man.
Oh my God, he's a perfect Bruin.
C grade prospect. He had 29 points.
The game really well, and he's a bottom 6 forward.
He had 29 points in 67 games with Saginaw. Few prospects captivated our scouting staff the way this year Brody Tkachuk did. His game is, in a word, chaos. Yeah. That's like relatively all I need to say.
On the ice.
While Tkachuk does have boom potential, he'll likely have to recalibrate his game to fill a bottom 6 role. That means picking his spots better, leaning more into his checking side, and adding more details. Sounds like he could use you as a coach.
All right, fucking crazy now.
Brody Tkachuk.
All right, number 6. We're going back to the old reliable Vigo Bjork.
Vigo Bjork. Vigo Bjork.
We're going back to Bjork.
Yep. Number 8th ranked prospect. This guy is he's a stud. Shades of Marco Rossi and Braden Point. I know we like the sound of that.
He played for the Dirch Gardens IF.
Yeah, Durgarden. I think it's Durgarden. I think you said it right. Yeah. Incredibly intelligent and hardworking forward. Oh my God. Oh my God.
It sounds like this guy has no chance to be a Bruin. It sounds like this guy's like a lock for top 10.
Well, the first half of it sounds like that. Incredibly intelligent and hardworking forward with a methodical offensive style and a special set of accomplishments on path to becoming the NHL's next small top 6 center. A-grade prospect, ranked 8th overall. His badges, they give badges. I love how they do this. It's like a video game. Details King, got that dog in him. That's a real badge. And brain. All right. Great. I like how you kind of went within the top 10. He's ranked as the player with the best motor in the draft.
Well, so I took a bunch of names, right? And then I took a bunch of names from the list and then I put them into a doc. I took like 14 names in a list and I put them into a doc and then I ranked those names on which ones I like best from 1 to 10, right? So this is not like, this can be all sorts of order.
Okay.
Like number 1 could be like, a guy in like the 8th round or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But Yeah, no, real quick on Bjork, and we definitely need to make this an Instagram post. Like, I'm gonna make it.
Yeah,
So
you
like
got to like
after we
speed it
post
up a little bit, but like add some like stupid music in the end at like behind it.
No, I'm saying like I'm gonna create like a draft rankings, like your favorite names in the draft, and I'm gonna do mine too.
Yeah,
Like
you got to
just
add like the Benny Hill theme like behind it or something.
no, I'm just saying like a graphic, and then be like,
Yeah, I know what you're
watch the
saying.
video. So if Viggo Bjork were 4 to 5 inches taller, he'd easily be in the first overall conversation, maybe even the front runner. If Bjork
He's
lives up to
small.
all of his if Bjork lives up to all of his expectations, it'd make him somewhat of a unicorn. There just aren't many, if any, undersized top six NHL centers who lack elite foot speed and offensive dynamism.
Oh yeah, what do you call James Higgins?
It's it's fair to wonder if Bjork will be able to maximize his strengths at the NHL level, as he'll likely always have trouble boxing out threats from the net front and winning 50-50 battles. So size, as you and I have discussed, size matters not. So this is
I don't know about that, Marcus. Careful what you say now.
as we've discussed, we don't think it's everything. So
Size certainly matters. Don't let anyone tell you differently.
Well, we'll see if Viggo Bjork can grow some inches.
Every time somebody says that, there's always has to be one immature person out there, right? When someone says size doesn't matter, I mean, you have to say it.
So we can be Yoda.
Anyway, I'm gonna butcher this one. Oh my god. Number 5. Vsevolod Mateyev.
Okay.
He's a defenseman for the MHK Spartalak Moskva.
Oh, he plays for Spartak. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I can't do it. I'd probably have to.
I mean, it's got to be like Vsevolod. Vsevolod probably is what that is. Vsevolod Mateyev.
Vsevolod.
Vsevolod.
It's probably like a really like Russian pronunciation that I can't think of.
We're probably butchering it right now.
Yeah, we're doing this guy dirty. He's ranked.
No, we're fine. Oh my god, I hate that when people freak out. It's like, yeah, I pronounced the name wrong. It's fine.
So he's ranked 123rd overall. This is a pretty sick like first name, I have to say. And the last name, if you get it right, like it probably does fall off the tongue. Matveyev. That's probably what it is. Matveyev. So among the better skaters,
I was just thinking the V was silent. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
So Matveyev is among the better skaters in this year's draft. This defensive defenseman has the physical tools to play in the NHL, but are they enough to overcome his sense concerns? C grade. He played in the MHL this past year. So at times this season, he displayed the ability to not only shut down the neutral zone, but also to rotate defensively, adapting the puck movement, boxing out threats, and removing passing lanes. At this stage, the defenseman's projection is based on his tools. Matveyev will have to refine his defensive reads and develop an even better motor to reach an NHL role.
Ooh.
So, but he'll have a nice jersey on the back.
Yep.
And he wears number 93, which is badass.
This one might be like a sneaky personal favorite of mine.
Okay.
Mans Gudmundsson.
Mans Gudmundsson.
Gudmundsson.
Gudmundsson. I'm gonna attack it up as Mans Gudmundsson.
He's a defenseman for Farstad BKU20.
We should have asked Max for these pronunciation.
No, I mean, why he probably wouldn't know.
I mean, yeah. When he said Rogel, I thought it was Rogel, like his former club. He said Rogla. It's different. Anyways,
yeah. Okay, never mind.
Mans Gudmundsson, B grade prospect, a capable puck mover who also brings a heavy physical edge and lockdown upside. This defenseman was a major riser for us in the second half, a potential number 5 or number 4 at the NHL level. He's a right shot. So if the Bruins wanted to use a second round pick on or use a first round pick on the forward and then go for defenseman after, Mans Gudmundsson.
I mean, any person with the name of Mans is just outstanding.
It might be Mans. I don't know how.
I'm sure he probably pronounced it like Mans, but I'm just saying anything that's spelled Mans. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. So, yeah. Here, real quick. Despite what you might first think, looking at his counting stats, his future projection comes down to his defensive game, which improved over the course of the season. Okay. Keep improving that, and we'll like it. The point production will come with it. So yeah. He was one of Sweden's best players at the U18s, according to a scout that they interviewed. All right. So we're into the top 5. We've passed the top 5.
Top 3.
Top 3.
Oh, that was
Geez,
4.
sorry.
That was 4. Yeah.
Okay, so
third.
we're in top 3 territory. All right, let's see it.
Yaroslav Golov. He's a
Here.
left wing for the Medicine Hat Tigers. I love that name.
Brizgalov.
Brizgalov, yeah.
Is this Ilya Brizgalov's kid? Oh, he's Belarusian. Undrafted last year, this power playmaker had a breakout rookie season. Oh, he's ranked 85th. Yeah. Left shot. Yeah, number 10 Medicine Hat Tigers. He's a C-grade prospect. Had a breakout rookie season in the WHL, bringing a unique skill set that could fill a 3rd or 4th line role. My God, 55 points in 64 games. You're just hitting it. You're just hitting it over the head here, man. You are
just the perfect Bruin, man.
bullseye. His defense, though, he's gonna take a while if he's gonna make the Bruins roster.
Boy.
His defense is ranked to 48, but his offense and transition, which are needs the Bruins have,
and he'll never play on the Bruins actually if he can't defend. Because I mean the Bruins defend so well usually, so like he'll never make the team.
I love the name Brizgalov though. While the puck moves faster than players, Brizgalov must still develop his skating. He's an upright, narrow skater with limited upper-lower separating. Aside from skating, Brizgalov has clear NHL characteristics. The scoring potential, especially as a playmaker who makes his teammates better, is also considerable, even though his chances of reaching it may be low. So that's number 3. I want to know if he's Brizgalov's Ilya's kid. But if his kid would be a goalie, I don't know, man. But yeah, there we go. Number 2.
Rudolph's Burzkalans.
Rudolph's Burzkalans.
Burzkalans. A center for the Muskegon Lumberjacks.
The Muskegon Lumberjacks.
Muskegon, that's right. I was
Muskegon,
I didn't pronounce that correctly.
So this might be the second USHL guy we've talked about. So he's a Latvian forward, number 7, but his jersey number says 17.
Oh my God, Marcus, he's Latvia, dude. You love Latvia.
We love Latvia because of Lech Melis. 38th ranked prospect, shades of Nicholas Waugh and Dmitry Voronkov, a do-it-all checking center. Checking center.
Like I knew, man.
Already playing an NHL style game, continued skill development has us confident he could become a number 3 center. Well, when Fraser Minton gets to that top spot, he's a perfect guy. 25 points in 48 games. The USHL can round out your game that way. I'll go to the end of it. As we continued to watch, we became more comfortable with elevating Burzkalans on our board. He continued to improve and elevate the floor, making the projection easier with time. Adding further stability to his projection is that Boston College, where he is committed.
Oh my God, man. What the hell?
I didn't check the commitments on the rest of these guys. That was just written in there. Will insulate him properly with supporting talent. There may be growing pains initially.
Oh my God.
Don Sweeney might have to watch this.
They might pick all these guys. Seriously, dude.
Okay. And last but not least, your favorite name in the 2026 NHL Draft is
Keaton Verhoff, a defenseman from the University of North Dakota.
What do you like about Verhoff? I'm surprised he didn't go.
It just rolls off the tongue. Nice.
So Verhoff was at one point ranked over Gavin McKenna. I can speak a little bit to this. He was ranked over Gavin McKenna at one point because of McKenna's lackluster, what people thought was a lackluster World Juniors and his start to college hockey. But Keaton Verhoff also was a member of college hockey at the University of North Dakota. Shades of Noah Dobson, offensively inclined defender who joins the Russian Hammers pucks while bringing physicality at the other end. Top pair upside is possible with skating and puck management growth. A-grade prospect, projected to go within the 7 to 18 range. No way the Bruins get this guy, but man, he's exactly what they need in the prospect pool. 20 points in 36 games in his freshman season.
I think also because this is the only guy that I knew because of college hockey. So
yeah, no, for sure. A teammate of Will Zeller's. So, possible if they trade up, but not the case. So we have our top 10 names.
There's something about Keaton Verhoff that I just liked saying, so I just put it 1. I might switch 1 and 2, but I don't know. Well, no, I'm sticking to my guns. I'm sticking to my list.
All right.
Perfect.
All right. Well, I
A
think
lot of grinders and a top 10 defenseman. That's what we got on the draft coming up this year.
Oh my God. If the Bruins had 10 picks, they might go this way. If they also had the 7th or 6th overall pick, they might have gone with Vigo Bjork. So good on you, Pat. You had a that was a very fun draft board. I actually
Thank you,
enjoyed
man.
that.
Thank you.
We might have to make this a separate YouTube video. We might have to just to do it. Like just like cut it out. Like obviously you do this whole podcast, but like cut out the YouTube video and just be like best names in the draft for the Bruins. Anyways, yeah. I was going to say like we probably need to end this off early, or it's 1 hour 30 minutes, but I have to go and eat dinner. But that was so fun. That was so fun.
Okay. Are you saying to go?
Yeah, I'm saying like low key, we should probably wrap it up because I gotta go.
All right. Well, I just want to mention one more thing, actually. Hold on.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Just like some stupid stuff. So obviously, I have a mic now. I have lights not shining in the middle of my face. But what I don't have, like Marcus, my friend Marcus here, is I have a blank canvas to put my artistic imagination onto. My man Marcus has a beautiful background. I do not. So what I'm thinking is I could over time, I'm gonna start customizing. And I think what better than to start throwing the antique playoff towels on the wall.
Absolutely. Get it going, man.
I think I have like 15 of them from all my playoff games that I've been to. And my favorite one that I've been just sitting in is I have this thing.
Oh yeah, we got a match.
I found this in my old room the other day, which I'm actually in right now. This is my old bedroom from when I was like 3, and I found this in the closet, and I was like, "Oh my God, it's going on the wall."
Yep, we have to. We have to match. Like we both have like the Stanley Cup champions banners. We have to.
Yeah, and guess what? This thing's still updated because it says 2011. Isn't that awesome, everyone?
I was just about to mention that we need to make sure these get obsolete at some point. But yeah, that I do like that idea. You could.
I was thinking the thing I was thinking about was putting like a hockey whiteboard like right here, and I can like draw things.
So I like that. My initial thought was have the Cup champions and then the playoffs all around it.
Yeah,
that's what I was thinking. So I like what you got. Like do the Cup champions banner down, and then have all of your towels.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking as well, but I just don't know how much it was gonna see. I was also maybe gonna make like shelves behind me, like I don't know, and put like my lacrosse helmet and like. I have my old cage from when I was in like high school. Put that on the wall or something.
Yes. I love that. I love everything.
I got some ideas. I'm being creative with it. I'm happy I got my microphone though. I'm gonna play around with this all day. Maybe I'm gonna become a singer in my room. I'm just gonna record some songs in here and then post them.
Oh my God, I can't wait to see all that you're gonna do with your room and everything. Really. It's going to be awesome, but
it's coming together. All right, everyone, that's going to do it. Hope you guys had fun today. Yeah, it was a fun exercise. This is going to be up tomorrow before the draft. I have probably one more episode, I imagine, before I leave. Yeah, we can do it maybe next week. I leave in like 10 days or whatever it is. So, yeah, we'll have to figure that out. I'll be probably checking in live from Italy, I assume, on things. Hopefully the Bruins do something. I actually don't even know how it's gonna work. I need to like get like my cellular data all like correct for that. And
with time.
But like it is kind of it is coming around the bend soon. So yeah. All right, everyone. Please like, subscribe, do all the things that you do. Please keep interacting with the Instagram. We love it. Love all you guys. Thank you guys for all support. We will talk to you guys all next week. Thank you. Bye-bye.
If you enjoyed what you watched, please consider subscribing to the After Further Review show on YouTube, where it's actually on Marcusi, but we'll figure out a YouTube channel in the meantime. Please consider also listening to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you listen to your podcasts. We're probably available on it, so go check us out there. Also, find us on Instagram. Follow us at After Further Review Show, where you can find clips. And our content is everywhere with player interviews, podcasts, and so much more fun stuff that me and Pat love doing around the Bruins, the NHL, and beyond. Thank you so much for watching this video, and we hope to see more of you. Bye-bye.